stress and how it impacts women in particular.
Yeah, I love talking about this topic. So thank you for bringing me on to talk about it, because stress really does affect women differently than it does men. So especially for weight gain, we're always talking about that tire that we're going to get around the waist, especially as we're aging and our hormones are changing, and stress is just always happening in our lives. And if we don't use tools to contain the stress, it's really hard to work on our physical body. So with stress, what happens is there's a hormone called cortisol that increases, and cortisol loves getting packed in the gut over here, and which David probably talks to you a lot about. And when that's happening, it's coming from a hormone called progesterone. So progesterone for women is needed to feel relaxed. It's anti-anxiety, it's antidepressive. It's a hormone that helps us thrive. So when we're under stress, we're continuously converting this progesterone into cortisol to help us survive the day. And what cortisol likes to do, it likes fat cells, especially around the waist. So it goes into those fat cells, it starts to replicate itself, and then it attracts another hormone called estrogen, which is the opposite of progesterone. So now it's calling that in, and it starts to replicate itself too. So that happens over time. So if we're not working on the stress, but we're doing the workouts, we're eating right, we're doing all the habits we're supposed to be doing, but still not seeing the effects of it, it's because we have to work on that stress component.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned that. And many people, just daily life can be very stressful.
Yeah.
And kind of everything is a stress. The media is a stress, working out's a stress, eating is a stress, relationships, work, so on, so on, so on.
Yeah.
And if we can't slow down our bodies and calm our bodies, it seems very frustrating and a never-ending cycle, right?
Well, that's where the magic happens, is the parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic, right? Sympathetic is that fight or flight stress zone, and we should only be there 2% of the time. But a conversation with our partner, the kids, the traffic, like everything that you were saying, that puts us in sympathetic, and the body can't tell the difference between just that everyday life stress and you running away from a tiger in danger. So we're in danger zone all the time. Yeah, but we need to be in that parasympathetic to rest and digest and heal and grow our muscles, do all of that. We have to be in that parasympathetic.
So do you have, what would be a good tip? I know there's so many to help slowly incorporate into our daily lives to calm us. Is there something we can do?
Yeah, it takes daily practice of just breathing. I mean, we breathe from up here all the time when we're under stress, right? It's like we're hyperventilating all the time. So if you just take a few minutes when you wake up to set the intention for the day and just breathe for 3 minutes, stand in front of the mirror for 2 minutes like this in like a power pose, it can change your physiology in that moment, and it sets you up for that day. So if stress does show up, you can respond to it instead of reacting to it.
And I love that you say that, because that's exactly what I preach and teach. Breathing can help de-stress us. It can help protect us in our core-wise for workout stuff. And often at the very beginning of all my programs, it's teaching people how to breathe, because most people are breathing through the chest, and you said fight or flight. And then I try to get them to breathe through the lower core. And for example, I had somebody that I was teaching today, and through a certain exercise, and I know normally, because she has great body awareness, that the trap shouldn't be engaging, but for some reason it was, and I double checked her breathing and then stopped the exercise, got her to breathe for about a minute just properly into the lower core and expanding through the belly, and then the next to the side she felt a little bit, and then through the back. And as soon as that happened, then this subsided, because she was almost thinking too much core, which is what we think abs are, so contracting, and then everything is tightening. But if we just use kind of the power of breathing, then everything kind of relaxes and goes to where it should be. So I really love that you mentioned the breathing.
Yeah, I think breathing is core. We can't live without it. It's our prana, it's our life force. We need oxygen. All our cells need oxygen to do their job. It's like the most vital nutrient that we have. So we need it in order to lose the weight, to feel better, to feel less stress. And it's such a simple and free tool that you can use.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love that. Wicked. Okay, so we're going to be doing future talks on stress. So check out our next episode. And if you want some advice or tips, just comment below. If you saw value in this, just share it with your friends. Because we believe in a preventative healthcare system. One day we'll get there. Right now we're still not there. A very small percentage of us are preventative. But unfortunately our system is kind of broken and it's reactive, and we have to wait until we're so sick to get help, and usually it's just a band-aid fix.
Yeah, and you have control, right?
Yeah.
This is all about empowering you. You have the power to do it yourself.
Yes, that, and I love that you said that you have control. So you have control to maybe feel a shoulder pain, maybe because posture or breathing's not right, or you have control to help fix it.
That's
So,
right.
well, as health professionals, we're going to try and give you all the tips to try to do it on your own. And if you still need guidance, then I highly recommend you check out these guys at Divine Elements. And if you're lucky enough to live in Vancouver or Greater Vancouver, they're West Broadway and Stevens.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers.